So any doubts so far? Any doubt with respect to bubble sort? What we discussed? Bubble sort logic we discussed using brute force analysis, that is iterative method. Say for example, if you in bubble sort, the next sorting method is selection sort. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you take the selection sort using, we can perform bubble sort, selection sort, and insertion sort using normal iterative approach. That is brute force analysis. It means we will try with one method. If it is not giving correct answer, if it is not giving efficient answer, we can try with alternative statements until we will get a method which gives you maximum efficiency. So that is normal brute force approach. In that approach, we can perform so in our second unit, bubble sort, selection sort, and insertion sort. These sorting methods and one sequential search, linear search method using normal brute force approach. And if you take the remaining two sorting methods, merge sort and quick sort, and binary search, here we will use divide and conquer technique. Divide and conquer technique means the problem is initially very big. We have to divide the sub program into so many sub modules, sub functions, find out the solution for small subsections, and merge together to get the final result. Already in the theory part itself, we discussed the bubble sort. The next method is called selection sort. So there is a minor difference between selection sort and my bubble sort. Bubble sort means say we'll get bubbles so that we can find out we'll make the bigger ones to go down and the smaller ones to come up. In selection sort, the logic is what are all the variables we are using means we are using the variables k, n, pass, minimum index, and I index variable. So these are all the variables we are going to use. And if you take the procedure selection sort, we are taking repeat through step 4 for FOS 1 to n, minimum index, repeat 1 to, that is FOS plus. So if you take the code, so the program is written in which language? Can anybody say? The program is written in which language?
C.
C programming. So you can use C or you can use C++ also, no issues. So we are including the syntax of stdio.h, conio.h, standard console input output operations, standard input output operations, main program. In the index variables I comma j, comma k, minimum value, size of the array, and array of 200, maximum numbers we are taking. clear screen. It will clear the screen. Printf selection sort message will be displayed. Printf slash n, how many values you want to sort. Scanf. So instead of C in C out, we are using scanf and printf. So scanf, the syntax is percentage d address of n. So while reading the numbers, the value will be accessed through the address. And for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. The for loop starts here, for loop ends here. Printf, enter the index position, percentage d, comma, I plus 1. So first number, second number, third number, like that. So this I plus 1, this index position will be displayed. And scanf, percentage d, address of a of I. In the array, we are storing the values from the index 0. Printf, sorted list for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. For k equal we are going to swap k equal to I. So the index variable I value 0 is assigned to k. Minimum value is the first index. A of 0 is assigned to minimum number for j equal to I plus 1. From the second number onwards, j less than n, j plus plus. A of j, that is the second number, is compared with the minimum first number. That is index 0 is compared with index 1. If index 0 is greater and index 1 is bigger, smaller, then we need to swap. J is assigned to I and content of J is assigned to K. So the content of 0 index is assigned to minimum value and the index of J 1 is assigned to K. Then what we will do, the for loop ends here. Then the content of A of I is 0 is assigned to A of K and the minimum is reassigned to A of I. The process will be repeated for within two for loops j equal to 0 to n and I equal to 0 to n and j equal to I plus 1 to n. So within that we are checking the conditions and we are swapping. At the end we are displaying the sorted elements will be in the A of I only. So we are displaying all the sorted elements. Because to see the output we are using get ch, get char and return 0 because the main is int main. So the program is written in selection sort. Program is written in C. So if you are giving the input as selection sort 5 numbers, we are entering the values 5 numbers and the sorted list will be like this. Any doubt in insertion sort? The same program if you want to write in C++. So we have seen the bubble sort. You take the selection sort. We saw the same program in selection sort in C programming. It is insertion sort now. What is the second program we discussed now? Selection sort or insertion sort? Which program we discussed now in C?
Selection sort.
Selection sort. Okay, the corresponding C++ program is selection sort. Yeah, selection sort code is here. The first item is compared with the remaining n minus 1 items, and whichever is with of all its is lowest, it is put in the first position. Then the second item from the list is taken and compared with the remaining n minus 2 elements. So once the in selection sort, how it works means, from the given list of array elements, we will take the first number that is compared with the second one, third one, and everything. So by comparing the first number with all other elements, we will find out the first smallest element. So the first smallest element is selected and that is placed in the first position. Then we will leave the first element because it's already sorted. We will take the second element. That second element is compared with remaining all n minus 2 numbers. By comparing the second with the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and the end of the nth element, we will find out the second smallest number. Then the second smallest number is selected, that is placed in the second position, second smallest position. Now the first element and second element is already in sorted form. Then we will take the third element, index 3, that is compared with the remaining all elements. If that particular third element is greater than any other element, that will be swapped. In that way, we will find out that we will select the third smallest element. Then the third smallest element is placed in the third position, its correct position. Then we will take the fourth element that is compared with everything else. Then we will find out the fourth smallest element that is placed in the fourth position. So that is called selection sort. Then the second item from the list is taken and it is compared with the remaining n minus 2 items. If an item which is value is less than that of the second small item, it is found on the n minus 2 items. It is swapped, interchanged with the second item of the list and so on. So that is the logic. The logic of selection sort. Any doubt in the selection sort logic? There, if you take the algorithm of the selection sort, the algorithm name is selection sort. Step 1, start the program. Step 2, repeat for k equal to 0, n minus 2, begin. Set position of k. The first element, 0th index is assigned as position. Repeat for j equal to k plus 1 to n minus 1. So the first for loop from 0 to n minus 2. Second for loop from k plus 1. So that is the second element to n minus 1. Begin. If a of j is less than a of position, that is the second number is less than the first number, then set the position should be exchanged. Set j equal to position. So the second index position is assigned as position end for. And this process will be repeated for j equal to k plus 1 to n minus 1. And the for loop ends, starts here, for loop ends here. For k equal to 0, k equal to k plus j equal to k plus 1 to n minus 1, all iterations will be done. K equal to 1, j loop, k equal to 3, repeat the nested for loop. Swap a of k with the a of position when it is need to be swapped, and end for stop the program. If you take the source code, hash include iostream.h, the program is written in which language now? Now the program is written in which language? Hash include iostream.h.
C++.
Yeah, so we saw the C program. Your wish, you can use C or C++. It's not a constraint. So the function selection sort is declared above the main program. So header file using namespace std void selection sort. To this particular sorting method also we are taking the array and the size of the array. So the function is declared outside the main program. The main program starts here. Within the main program, we have the within the main program, we are declaring size of the array and index variable and the integer list of 30, the array element. Then see out, enter the number of elements. We are getting the size of the array, then up to the size of the array for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, C in list of I, all the array elements will be read. Then we are calling the selection sort function. While calling this function, the control will be transferred here. Your function is here. So whatever arguments we are passing, selection sort, the function selection sort, the list is assigned to the list, and size of the array is size of the list is mentioned n is given to n. The for actual arguments and for are substituted to the formal arguments. So within the function, so the function starts here. Function selection sort starts here and ends here. So within the selection sort, we are using the variables, integer variables, minimum value, temporary variable, index variables, ij. The minimum is used to store the smallest numbers position value, because we are comparing the first number with all other numbers and we are finding out the selecting the smallest element. For j equal to 0, j less I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So the first index position 0 is assigned as minimum. Then we are starting with the second in for loop. For loop I starts here. I for loop starts here and ends here. J for loop starts here and ends here. For j equal to I plus 1. So the index starts from 0 to n. Index starts from 1 to n. A of j is compared with list of minimum. The first number is compared with the second number. If the second number is small, first number is greater, then the position index values or index position is swapped. So the content of smallest number is placed in the first position. To perform the swapping, list of I to temporary, list of min to list of I, temporary to minimum. So in that way, we are performing the swapping exchange. At the end, when the for loop I equal to 0 to n and j loop I plus 1 to n, all the elements will be sorted. And the return type is void. Anyhow, the list is having the sorted elements that will be displayed. So any doubt? Any doubt in the selection sort? So today we discussed bubble sort and selection sort. So I will create an Google Classroom link for linear search and binary search, selection sort and selection sort and bubble sort. We have to complete and upload. So any doubt so far? Selection sort. Today we only discussed selection sort and bubble sort. Any doubt? How many of you in the class? Anyhow, the attendance recordings will be saved. I will update the attendance accordingly. Any doubt in the selection sort, C program and C++ program? Better you can try the both the programs while executing. While writing in observation, write the program in C++. While executing, you can execute the program, both the versions of the program. C++ compiler will support both. So here no much difference. Only C in, C out. Scanf printf is different. Okay, go through the programs and complete the programs. If you have any doubt, ask me in the next class. If no more doubts, we will end today's class. Any other doubt?
Ma'am, in the observation that we have given, do we have to make the flowcharts also?
Yes, you have to draw the flowchart, because algorithm, almost all the algorithms will look same. So if you see, the algorithm all looks same. but here also little bit confusion. This end for, whether this end for is for this end for or this end for. So this is one end for, and this for loop begins after this only, this end for. But if you draw the diagram, flowchart is must for data structures as well as loops using C++, Python, and Java. You have to draw the flowchart.
Okay, ma'am.
Observation. To maintain the observation, draw the flowchart. We will reduce the other writing works, other mini project and other things. We will maintain only soft copy. Only for observation, we will maintain a handwritten KM algorithm program, pseudocode, sample input output, and flowchart should be written in the observation, handwritten. Any other doubts? Any doubt in the program? Anyhow, I will try to share this manual also for your reference using C and C++. You refer, write it. Shall we discuss one more program, next program? So insertion sort. So we can do insertion sort, selection sort, bubble sort in a normal way. And the difference between the all three methods, that is bubble sort, selection sort, and insertion sort, is almost no much difference. It iterates consuming one input element each repetition and growing a sorted output list. Each iteration, insertion, selection, sort removes one element from the input data and finds the location it belongs within the sorted list and inserts it there. It repeats until no input elements are remain. So that is the logic. Algorithm is start the program for I equal to 1 to length of the array, j equal to, j is assigned to I is assigned to j, while j is greater than 0 and a j minus 1 greater than a of j. So a of j is I and I starts from 1. So we are comparing the first number with the a of j is 1, a of j minus 1 is 0. So the for this index 0 is compared with index 1. If index 0 is greater, 1 is bigger, then swap. Then reposition the index value because the first number is in the sorted form. Because we are repeating the process within the for loop and while loop. That way, we are comparing the first index position with the all other elements. And if it is greater than any other, if it is greater than any other element in the array, then it is swapped so that we are finding out the smallest number, and that is placed in the j minus 1 position. Like that, we are repeating the process for all the n elements. So the source code hash include iostream.h namespace std. Your function name is insertion sort. First, we are writing the function. Then we are writing the main program. So the function starts there and the function ends here. Then we have the main program. So within the insertion sort, we are taking the index variables I, t, and PO position. I is the index variable for I loop, t is the temporary variable, and PO is the position of the smallest number. For I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, from the 0 index to 0 n, A of I, first element, 0 index is assigned to t, temporary variable, and the position of index 0 is assigned to POS. Then the POS is greater than 0 and less than the size of the array t, POS minus 1. A of POS is assigned to A of POS minus 1, while the position 0 is greater than 0 and it is greater than t, then the first number is compared with all other elements. Then PO position minus minus. So we are starting the searching process from the nth element. The main program for n equal to n is the size of the array, I is the index variable, list of 30, enter the number of elements. We are reading the how many numbers we are going to sort. Enter the n numbers. For I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, Cn. We are reading all the array elements. Then we are calling the insertion sort. The value of list and the array size is assigned to the insertion sort. Then the return type is void, so it won't return anything. Anyhow, the array will have the sorted elements. Now you need to understand the logic of insertion sort, how it is performed. This is the logic. The remaining main program is almost common for insertion sort, bubble sort, selection sort. So in main program, we are going to read how many read the how many numbers, and we are going to read the array. Then we are going to pass the array and the size of the array to the function. Then the function will do the process and it will return the result. That's all. So the main program is almost common for all the insertion sort, selection sort, and bubble sort. Only the name will differ. The logic is given here. So I go through the program. If you have any doubt, ask me in the next class. So any doubt with respect to bubble sort, insertion sort, and selection sort? Any doubt? Anishka Singh?
No, ma'am.
So if no more doubts, we will end today's class.
Ma'am, till when do we have to submit the observations in that
Observation.
classroom, Google Classroom?
Today I will create an Google Classroom link for uploading the observation handwritten scanned programs or four programs at a time. Say linear search, binary search, selection sort, and bubble sort. But today's programs, insertion sort and selection sort, you will get some time. But last week itself we discussed linear search, binary search, and bubble sort. And this week we discussed insertion sort, selection sort. So I'll make it as two separate links because you have both are the different programs. No? So you upload linear search and binary search in one link. Last week assessment, this week assessment, bubble sort, selection sort, and insertion sort. This week assessment you can upload. You'll be having time for up to next week. Up to next week Wednesday. Last week assessment you have to upload before Sunday. Sunday or Monday. Binary search and linear search. With respect to lab programs, it is assessment programs given in the syllabus that you have to write everything in the observation. All the lab exercise programs. All the lab exercise program you have to write in observation. So this is last week. During June to make it as 20th June. Okay. So this one, first one, this is this week.
Ma'am, can you share this file for reference?
Share the
This file, the lab file.
I cannot get you properly. What you are asking?
The reference file for lab programs.
This file, see, you would buy some notebook, one side ruled notebook, long size. You are buying a long size notebook, no,
Ma'am.
not small size notebook, normal notebook, or you buy some any observation, or you take your old notebook. You will be having some old notebook, unused notebooks will be there. Now you take that one, ruled or unruled. So use that notebook only.
Ma'am, I'm saying this PDF.
This PDF you want, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
I will share. So this is this week assessment, second week. Okay, so anyhow, the meeting will end in another 3 minutes. I will try to, I will update this. I need to do some formatting. I will do this and I will share it to your, for your reference. Even if you, so, anyhow, the programs are already mentioned. The first week programs, linear search, binary search is already mentioned in your PPT. Okay. If you see the PPT, the program, complete program is given in the PPT. From that also you can refer and type. So here this is bubble sort, the program is given. And if you take one more program, what is that binary search? That program also I mentioned within the PPT. So this is linear binary search, the logic, AIM algorithm programs, pseudocode, the program using non-recursive, program using recursive, I have mentioned, linear search. Again, at end of the program, to know the difference between binary search and linear search, I have included. Here I have mentioned the difference between both. What is linear search? So I have mentioned what is linear search, what is the complexity algorithm pseudocode. The same way binary search algorithm pseudocode. The programs also. Anyhow, I'll share you the thing. Okay. Any other doubt? Okay. If no more doubts, we'll end the class. Thank you all.